You know what? It's a walk-in day today.
It's a walk-in day, but
a walk-in day.
All right. So sex, basically. So we got their attention now.
3, 2.
3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right, we're here, and we're ready to discuss. What are we here to discuss?
Lily Singh.
That's right.
The Lily Singh fiasco that happened. YouTube in flames.
Let's just say we locked and loaded.
Just say we ready.
But
we armed.
Yeah, but
nah, actually, so
not
on a
actually,
completely
but,
serious note, we wanted to talk about the Lily Singh situation.
yeah.
Why? Because I don't know. Why do we even do this, like, at all, in the first place?
What happened recently with her? We'd probably fill the viewer in a little bit on what happened recently.
Yeah, let's fill the viewer in.
With Lily Singh.
Yeah.
If you know her, she's a YouTuber. She started out that way, and then she got her own late night show. Well, she's brown.
Hey, remember that.
Remember that. That's the first.
It's
very important to know because that's
really wants
that's what her whole career is based on. But anyways, yeah. So she's got her late night show going, and
it's cute.
And it's but it's something. But
probably need a whole other video to break down like her late show.
Yeah, that.
We won't get that much.
Today we're concentrating more on. She had a little. What did she have? Explain.
Well, she had a little. What do you call them? What's the word for that?
Called?
Like a social.
Oh yeah, roast.
Yeah. Well, I knew that, but like it's basically like. So she tried kind of hitting all these like jokes. Fucking who was there? Shaq was there. D Wade was there in front of his family, his kids, his wife was there.
Family.
And Lily Singh, she kind of made some jokes that, well, they just weren't really good. They just weren't good jokes. And like, I mean, partially that's probably because of her speech, like her writers and shit. Because I doubt like she wrote the whole thing either.
Yeah, literally.
Like, so like, it's obviously people on her team.
And literally, like, we should be. Wanting to root for her. Yeah. We should want to love her. Look look at us.
Look.
If you haven't noticed by now, we're brown.
We're brown. Okay. So
we are brown. Okay. Sadly, but yeah, we would want to support her. But
we would love to support her. There's barely any fucking brown people.
There's barely any brown people out there in the industry, so we would love to support her. But she just continues to make the wrong decisions and just do the wrong things that she should not be doing because that's just not her lane.
It's not her lane, yeah. But, YouTube was like kind of her lane because she
did well because like she can do her own thing.
Yeah.
She does like skits for like her fans, which like
are probably like kids and shit.
Yeah, and it's like younger people. It's kids. It works for them and it's good. But I don't know who at NBC thought it was a good idea to give her a late night show where she's like gonna be like doing this like a whole monologue and like interviewing guests, which is super awkward.
It didn't work out. That's we won't get much into her late show.
There's already a bunch of YouTube videos on that.
There's a bunch of stuff on that, and it would require a separate video because we just wanted to focus on fucking this one thing she did. So like it was the NBA roast, and she was like for some reason invited there. Like I'm sure someone at NBC pulled some strings, got her there. It kind of seemed weird that she was there in the first place because like. It was kind of random as fuck. Like, she hasn't had nothing to do.
She's never had, like, I mean, I'm not a fan of her, so I wouldn't know, but, like, she's never had much of a thing to do with the, like, NBA world or anything like that.
Yeah.
Even if she was a stand-up or something, it would, like, make sense to go on a roast or a comedian, because usually comedians go on roasts.
Yeah, exactly.
But she's not really, like, a comedian. So it didn't really make sense for why you would see her there.
Yeah, so that was the first thing. But so we're gonna fucking like pull up the clip. We're gonna put you through the pain and suffering that we had to.
You had to watch it. You gonna watch it.
You gonna watch it too. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Well, no, not fuck you. We respect you.
We respect your opinion.
We like that you.
But fuck you.
But fuck you.
But let's actually hit the clip. So here, you're forced to watch it. Go. We're gonna watch like the first 2 minutes of it and like the last minute of it, We already seen the whole thing. It's kind of like painful to watch the whole thing. And
it's mostly the same thing over and over again. Yeah. You'll get the gist of it.
You'll get the gist. She really wants you to know that she's brown, fucking bisexual.
So remember that.
Remember that. Keep going into
also,
this.
Also, for some reason, she wants to be black too now, or like
that happened in the last year or two. She's saying y'all. The y'all just came in somehow. We don't know where that came from.
We don't know where that.
She's saying y'all now, which is brown people. They don't say y'all. That's unless like you're trying to kind of like act black.
Just cater to like an audience.
Or cater to an audience.
Try to like seem a certain way that you're not actually. So,
and she knew the room she was in. It's the NBA roast. There's a lot of African American people there, of course. So, like, maybe the starting
that
joke...
just goes to show she doesn't have any genuine, like, stuff, anything, like, to her. Yeah. It's more just, like, she's trying to cater to, like, a specific, whatever audience she's,
whatever audience she's in, literally.
But yeah, let's get into
this. Her first joke was especially tasteless.
Welcome back to Inside the NBA All-Star Roast. Your next roaster is a well-known YouTuber, so you can thank all your dumbass kids for her being here. Give it up for this lucky Lily Singh.
You can tell this isn't going anywhere good.
It's not off to a good start. Let's just say that.
Tiffany, get over Tiffany. She's doing a great job, isn't she? Yes. Man, I love Tiffany. I love you, Tiffany. Yeah, she's like family, you know. I'm Indian, so she's wearing my cousin's hair right now.
All right, so if you guys noticed there, she said she's Indian. Okay, so keep that in mind.
I was a huge basketball fan growing up because, you know, as a Canadian, my other choice was hockey. And if I wanted to watch white people skate, I'd go to any courtroom in America. Okay? Most of the people up here haven't heard of me. I'm only famous on some small thing called the internet. You know, but y'all are like famous. Like Charles, you were so convincing as Uncle Fester in the Addams Family. And Ernie Johnson, you were great as the scary ventriloquist dummy in Toy Story 4. You know, and Shaq, as far as I know, Shaq's never done any acting. D-Wade is a good friend of mine. Give it up for him. He really is. Give it up for D-Wade, man. Come on. Dwayne and Gabrielle Union have a wonderful marriage. He's like the Ken to her Barbie. And by that, I mean that she's the only one working. Plus, he's totally smooth down there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the smooth thing, what the fuck was that?
Let's get into what we just witnessed.
Let's get into it. Also, keep this in mind this whole time. We don't want to hate on her. We really don't want to.
Again, we are brown.
We're brown.
Okay?
Look,
if you haven't noticed, I'm looking into the camera. Brown. We are brown. Okay? We want the support.
We love.
We would love
that. That's a great. That would be ideal for us. But with that having been said,
so
fucking we
look at what we just witnessed.
And like we know a lot of incels and shit like love hating on her because they're like, oh, women aren't funny. But it's just this specifically this specific woman. She happens to be a woman, but she's just a person who's not funny.
Yeah,
that's what it is. She just happens to be a woman.
I mean, she may be funny in her own way, in like for her younger audience, but like in turn, like she should not be on a roast like at whatsoever.
In a serious comedic situation
where like it's for like an adult audience. Like she's not really for like the adult audience. So I don't really know like who or what her manager or whoever was thinking when they decided to have her like do all this stuff. But
it was downright disrespectful to brown people.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I get, like, she's trying, whatever, but it's just, like, why are you even doing this when you know you're not going to be good? Like, Like you haven't been doing good at your late night show whatsoever.
Yeah, look at the last few videos she posted. They got like 1,000
like
views.
that D Wade diss. That's kind of just like a pandering diss you do when you're kind of just like trying to be like, oh, like she knows women empowerment is like the thing these days.
Exactly.
Because she's already in that, like she's trying to capitalize off that.
Yeah.
So she just does that joke real
That's
quick.
part of the
Like,
reason
oh
why
yeah, your wife grabbed your union, only one working. Which, like, I mean,
what?
Like,
He's
he is also like, yeah, sure, like that. She's obviously very successful too on her own, but that's not like discrediting. Like, that's just not a good joke. Like, we all know who D Wade is. Like, he's one of the best like basketball players. Like,
you can't really
like make a joke like that. Like, the joke has to have some kind of truth to it. A little bit of like a roast needs to be like a little bit like you're like it's true. It's a little bit of truth, and you're kind of hurting them a little bit, but they're not like it's not like obviously too far.
If she was like really good enough, like she could have probably said something about his son, or actually, probably not. Probably would have been too. Or, his daughter, right? Was it his daughter? Transgender now?
Yeah. That's
that might be a little. I don't know.
I think that was also maybe a newer thing that came out after this roast happened or was recorded. Not really sure, but either way, like she wouldn't have like made any, like she wouldn't have been able to even make like a good joke out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
fucking
let's get into a little bit of the ending of it.
And also, just on a fundamental level, her delivery is fucking hellish.
Yeah, well, that's the whole like part. That's the whole thing to being like a good like.
It's delivery. Like,
it's
you just gotta
all
be
about
chill.
delivery being on these shows. Like,
you don't even have to be chill, but it's like you kind of.
You have to be good at like
have self-awareness. Like, you gotta have that kind of shit. Like, she doesn't.
It's kind of the same thing as like people that are good at like speeches or giving like talks or like speeches to people, like big crowds.
It's kind of like working a crowd.
Yeah, it's just like you got to be good at like that kind of stuff, and it's just like.
Let's watch the fucking. Let's put you guys through the conclusion of this now.
Let's watch a little bit.
Subject you to our whims again, because that's what we do on this channel. We subject you to whatever we see in the world. We put you through that.
Also, notice the clock we put up.
Notice the clock.
We should have mentioned that in the beginning, but that's a big deal, right? That's a clock.
Dear to our heart.
That's a clock. That's decoration in the background going on right now.
It's dear to us.
So.
But yeah, we're gonna finish off the.
But all right, let's finish.
We're gonna finish off the video because the conclusion was especially cringy. The middle, like, kind of, she might have hit a couple jokes there that were genuine. I don't remember. Yeah. I wasn't impressed by the whole thing when I watched it earlier. But we're gonna finish off the conclusion.
Yeah.
And again, like, keep this in mind. we really wish we could like her. We wish.
You know, Ernie, I won 2 Teen Choice Awards, and he was voted most likely to never have actually been a teen. I'm be real. I've always had a bit of a crush on Shaq. Oh, no, sorry, I said that wrong. I've always lived in fear of being crushed by Shaq.
You're gonna make fun of the man's weight? Yeah, in front of his wife.
You know what? In front of his wife, kids, family.
The whole world's watching.
The whole fucking world, you're gonna make fun of his goddamn
weight.
Okay, you know what? It's called fucking body positivity.
It's called body positivity, Lily.
So,
thought you were about that.
So
becomes a beanbag chair. My parents are immigrants from India, and they wanted me to.
Okay, pause it right there. We're not watching anymore.
Are immigrants
we're not gonna watch anymore. Okay, what we're gonna do is now discuss what just happened there. What you just saw was about that.
An embarrassment to the brown race.
Embarrassment to the brown people.
Brown bloodline.
So. No, but literally though, it's just like why does she have to always keep bringing up like these small things where it's trying to make her like look better? It's literally like she's just like trying to make jokes around like trying to like make herself look better or something, or show that she's like part of like she knows about something.
Part of the culture,
part of the culture. It's just like it's really not genuine.
And she has kind of these like few aspects of her identity that she just like clings onto for dear life. It seems like Like,
yeah, I don't know why.
speech.
Like, she always has to mention that stuff.
Like you realize
just kind of just mention like what you should be like different depending on where you are or what show you're on or like what you're doing. You should be like kind of like a little different.
Exactly. It's kind of like you have to be able to surprise people too.
Yeah.
Like it's part of the comedy, and like if you can't,
as a comedian,
people can always predict like your shtick, then you're like it kind of stops working after a while.
Yeah, exactly.
But
it's a big thing with comedy, like being able to surprise the audience.
And the thing is, like she's obviously used by like the incel like movement to kind of say that like we said in the beginning of the video that women aren't funny, which I don't think is like a true statement because like obviously I've met women that are funny, but it's just a lot of women in entertainment aren't like currently.
Yeah,
like,
it's just because I think currently like it's because like it's more like women like her that are like promoted. It's because corporate like media thinks that like that's what like is the woke thing to do right now.
They think that's what people fucking want.
Or what people want to see, but it's just like she wasn't ready. You should have chosen someone that was like that's their like whole thing is like being a comedian and like
there's
making
so
fun
many
of you.
people
There's so many
like
other people, talented other people that aren't as like maybe as famous as her that like are way better.
And probably
like,
people that would just understand like the culture more and just be able to kind of comment on it in a better way because she's never been part of like the basketball or any of those like circles.
Yeah, exactly.
Like she never even talks about sports or anything. I don't even know if that's a qualification necessarily, so I don't know if I should knock her on that.
Yeah,
you could just be a
you can. I've seen like roasts where like they're just random, but they're always like at least like they're at least prepared or there's like a reason for them to be there, or they're comedians. If they have nothing to do with sports, then they're just straight up comedians and they're very good at like roasting people. And that's why they're there. They're like known almost for like roasting people.
Yeah, but this is like one of those situations, like rare situations where
like JB Smoove or someone like that. Like he's just like known. He's kind of synonymous.
I don't think was that JB Smoove.
I don't know if it was.
He was dressed like JB Smoove.
He was dressed a lot like him.
Shout out to JB Smoove.
Shout out to JB Smoove. Okay, but
good
like,
friend of ours.
He's kind of like good friend of ours. But he's kind of like the perfect example. Like he's just like the perfect type of guy that's just like. You know he's gonna be good at like roasting people and just like that, so you would want him on this type of show, or then like his managers would like book him.
Oh,
like,
he'd be hilarious.
I have no idea why they're deciding to put Lily Singh, like they keep continuing to put her in like roles that she just shouldn't be in.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's the corporate machine working behind the stage.
It's
trying to move the cogs. The corporate machine. Honestly. They're forcing it down on you. You know what we gonna do? Rise up.
Rise up.
That's why we as brown people starting a movement.
Rise up.
I don't know what the movement about yet, but we gonna figure that out.
We gonna figure that out. Cut it off.
Alright, so...
that's our 2 cents on it, real quick.
That's our 2 cents. No one fucking cares.
No one
this
cares.
Video
No one
get
fucking watches.
20 views.
No one's watching.
We ended up going too long. This is like one of our longer videos, but we'll probably still put it out. Fuck it. Who cares?
Who cares? Whatever.
Who cares? Everything's meaningless and absurd anyways.
No one cares. Alright, notice the clock.
Notice the clock again. Notice the vibe we got set up in here one last time.
Let's
get a quick round of applause for the vibe.
We're adding new shit, so appreciate it.
I don't know. Fuck off!